Welcome, everybody. Here we go. Happy Wednesday. It's Matt Connarton Unleashed, and we are live from the studios of WMNH 95.3 FM in glorious downtown Manchester, New Hampshire. Also on Comcast 97 if you're in Manchester, streaming at WMNHradio.org, and on the Facebook via Facebook Live on the Matt Connarton Unleashed Facebook page. By the way, if you were listening at the top of the show, sorry about that opening song that I was playing, brand new from Sandy and Richard Riccardi. I had to stop it when I realized that there were actually a bunch of swears in it. No, I'm kidding. There's no swears in it. No, just that it just froze up for some reason as I was playing it. That doesn't usually happen. So I'll try replaying it. Hopefully all the way through when we take our break at the top of the hour. But, yeah, so that's what happened, in case you're curious. I think I may have been interfered with by the deep state. The deep state said, we don't like that song, and they caused the song to freeze up. I don't know. I just don't know, my friends. But it is Wednesday, June 24, the year of our Lord and the year of our Unix, 2020. I will be having one, potentially two, individuals joining me here in the studio today, as we now are allowed to have more than one individual on with us at a time, as we continue to do pretty well here in New Hampshire with the COVID-19 numbers. But so we'll talk to them when they return, probably very shortly. I say they because they may be walking in together. We'll see what happens. But yeah, so here we are. The number to call is 603-250-6007. Before we go any further, I want to mention, of course, the Hop Knot. We are sponsored by the Hop Knot in the Brady Sullivan Plaza at 1000 Elm Street. And it is Wednesday, and Wednesday is trivia night. So they are resuming trivia night at the Hop Knot. This is from the Facebook post that went out. Happy Wednesday, y'all. We are back at it with live trivia tonight from 7 to 9 p.m. And so happy that our hostess with the mostest, Helena, will be back tonight. This week, our theme is Pride. Come test your knowledge about LGBTQ plus history and pop culture, or come for the fun and learn a little something that you might not have known before. The games begin at 7 p.m. Feel free to give us a call before then to reserve your team a table. So that is tonight at the Hop Knot, beginning at 7 p.m. until 9 p.m. And they do trivia every Wednesday night, but tonight is the grand return. And speaking of grand returns, look who it is at the news desk. For those of you watching online, you can actually see him, the man of the hour,
Gonzo.
Gonzo?
Wrong cue.
Oh.
Gonzo's in the crapper, so I have to take over for him for a few minutes.
Oh, my goodness. Wow, yes.
What's the proper word that we can use in radio? In Germany, they used to call it the pissoir.
Oh, that sounds French.
Pissoir.
But that's actually German?
Well, when it comes to stuff like turlets, people use like French.
Turlet.
When you talk about love, you like to use French.
Turlet, that's how Archie Bunker used to pronounce it.
Yeah, that's a Queen's accent.
Got to go to the turlet.
Turlet.
Yes.
Turlet.
Let's see. So give us a call, 603-250-6007. You can also send a text to 617-917-4476. Tweet me at Matt Connarton, or send an email to matt@ipmnation.com. So there are multiple ways to get in touch. Hello to Andy Barker in the Facebook live chat. First one in today. He's a top fan, host of the Nothing's Off the Table podcast. And John Hopwood, is it true you're going to be a guest tonight on the Nothing's Off the Table podcast?
I thought it was at 9:30, so I didn't. I prepared for it, and I didn't water my lawn today. Now it's brown. Or is it green? I can't tell the difference. It's brown when it dries out, right? Because green and brown are the same color to me.
Oh, right. You're colorblind, yes.
Red, green, but I can see red.
So does that mean you're not going on the show? I'm confused.
No, actually, I prefer to do it at 9:30 to 11:30. Now, what is...
Gonzo is here, by the way. Hi, Gonzo.
How you doing?
Gonzo! Gonzo, let me ask you a question now. Have you ever asked John Hopwood a direct question and found it impossible to get an answer from him that you could really sort of understand?
Yeah, like we had a format for his television show today, and I don't think we covered one topic.
I forgot the notes. They were actually on the,
Anyway, but the answer to that question you asked me would be no. I have never got a direct answer.
Right, yes.
I'll ask him a question about, like, I don't know,
I never
his car, and then he'll talk about his days at BU.
Right.
Under the famed Professor Hicks.
Because I used to go drive down in Boston when I was 16 years old. If you can drive in Boston, you can drive anywhere.
Absolutely, I agree. Now, Gonzo, I'm going to ask you a favor. Could you try? Could you ask John? No.
Okay.
No. Could you ask John? I want to see what happens when you do it. Ask John. Is he going to be on the Nothing's Off the Table podcast tonight with the great Andy Barker? Because I asked him twice and I'm still confused. It's something about his lawn and grass and brown and green. I don't know what's going on.
I think he's
make my brown eyes blue.
John, are you going to be on the great Andy Barker's podcast?
Is a podcast like radio?
Yeah.
Now, I remember Murray
Podcast.
Levin.
What is a podcast anyway?
Who had the office next to Howard's Inn.
I mean, what am I, Joe Rogan? Podcast.
He wrote the book about talk radio.
You're getting the drawl.
Person.
You're getting the drawl down.
Well, I was
teaching him that.
I got a quickie outside. What quickie? I mean,
no. Go up a little higher in the register and slow down until you get excited. But that's the PTSD.
Right. Yes.
We like to never see again.
The good old PTSD.
I had to apologize to somebody today for something I did a couple of years, 4 years.
Hard to imagine. Wow.
Was it 4 or was it 5?
Yeah, but he wrote the book about talk radio, the first academic book.
Who did?
Murray Levin.
Oh, okay.
He's my professor.
Exactly. So the answer is we don't know. The answer is Murray Levin.
I have a long short story for you to read, Matt Connarton.
Wow. Ooh, as a dramatic reading?
Yeah.
You couldn't read it. It's like 40 pages long.
I thought you meant to read on the air.
I can bring you a section in where these salesmen are out with con men and the double talk that gets used.
I do love a good dramatic reading.
I do a dramatic reading, but I'm a little woozy.
Can you go upstairs and get the, we left it with Norm, about the 13-year-old boy, or was it a girl?
I don't know.
Do you think that Eric Gagnon...
All I know is Norm should change his show to The New Norm.
The New Norm? That actually is
the new norm.
That's a good name.
Good.
That's a
Norm
good name.
is the new norm.
Wow.
We really got to the edge of political correctness when Easy G called in, and he wasn't sure whether the bus driver was a him or a her, which, we thought could be. We're not sure what it is. It's not specious like when we attack Yetis.
You're supposed to say they now.
Right.
Yeah.
But he insisted it was either he or her, which we didn't put up with that.
I think that's okay, or he or she, but you just can't.
What about je?
But you can't assume. Is that the one that starts with a Z?
Sure.
It's all very confusing, my friends.
I saw Matt at Best Buy from the back, and I was like, "Ooh, check that out!" And then he turned around, I saw a goatee in my face. So
you never mask.
Yeah.
You can't judge a book by its hair.
Right, boy, that is true. That is true.
Well, don't you have a goatee?
I do, yes.
See, it's gone gray, so it doesn't really look goatee-ish.
But I also have a very feminine backside, so I can understand.
Are we talking about your buttocks? Or,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Your
it was the
haunches.
Guess jeans you were wearing, I think.
Yes, yes, and they were tight, and
technically
that's what I wear to Best Buy.
Technically, with a Yeti, that's haunches.
Haunches. Well, whatever. They're sexy.
I could see John going rogue and just growing out the beard and being like
itches.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can't imagine.
All depressed.
I have plenty of pictures. I've had beards through the years.
In fact, it was a sign of wealth to have a prominent beard in the 1800s.
It was, and the Tsar, Ivan the Terrible, tax beards.
Wealth. I mean, if you're talking about the American dollar, that's one thing. Anyway,
see, Liz does it so much better.
Brown lawn.
Which is better than what you were talking about, the old brown eye down in my show.
Oh, my goodness.
But we can't talk about that. This is
Some
a family
reason
show.
you just get away with murder. But I'm living on the edge. Like
You're
an
the one who
Aerosmith
brought up
song.
the forbidden apple or whatever.
Forbidden fruit. He's never heard of forbidden fruit.
Really?
Yeah.
And he was insinuating they had glory holes there.
I did not
girls
say any of
dancing.
this. I did not say any of this. This is me, Gonzo, again.
Wow.
Aren't you supposed
Not
to
John
swear or
Hopper.
not?
This is me, Gonzo. I did not say any of this.
Okay.
I think you did. You know, we had a psychic adventure too, where he came on a bike, and I was saying, "Are you coming?" And it turned, "Are you hiking?" And I looked at it because my glasses were all screwed up. Biking, and he shows up with a bike. That has to be the new norm in his powers.
Wow.
Oh yeah, it's like a contact high, and he wasn't even there.
So I'm confused, and I couldn't get a straight answer from you on this the other day either, but it sounded like you were suggesting that Gonzo is actually the new John Hopwood on your show, that he's taking over your show.
He hasn't got the
true?
accent on yet.
Oh, okay.
I'm being groomed to take over Ward 13.
Oh, you're being groomed, are you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a very loaded term.
Oh,
Yeah.
my goodness.
Yeah.
Am I going to
Oh.
be taking over your role and be the next father?
Yeah, you could be the
of-
zany Thursday morning sidekick guy on Peter's show.
Well, I was talking about something else.
Don't know if Peter will go for that.
Oh, okay. So
You
you're
might
talking-
need a pinch hitter.
He's talking.
Wow.
So he's talking about how I'm trying to have another baby right now.
Oh,
It's not
Oh,
you.
about 7 or 8 inches.
Like I would want
Yeah.
you to impregnate my wife and have to raise that child. I don't think
We
so.
weren't talking about raising the child. It was just getting the deed done.
I'd be so disappointed in him at all times. Come on,
I wasn't volunteering myself.
grow. What's wrong with you?
About 7 or 8
I'm just a
inches.
hopwood, Daddy. I'm just a hopwood.
Oh, my goodness. Wow. That's,
You, well, but he might be able to support you in your old age if he doesn't take after me.
Hopefully. Isn't that the American way? You move
No.
back with your parents at like 20, and then you take care of them when they're like, I don't know, 65? You start bringing in your parents. Like the parents
Oh,
come
God.
live with you now.
what a hassle. I don't want to do that.
That's the thing now.
Oh, my God. Is it really?
Well, to seize their assets and make sure they don't get to anybody else.
I thought
It's a good strategy.
I thought they just did that in countries like
Protect the will.
like in
Really?
Asian countries where they care about their elders and stuff.
We're here, we don't.
We're supposed to do that here now? I want my parents to live with me. It's ridiculous. My parents, no, you know what? I have an out. My parents are divorced, so they can't live with me.
Why would that stop you from taking them in? They don't have to live together. They can live
Well,
under the same
I
roof.
only have one home for them to live in.
Yeah, but they don't have to
they'd
be in the same bed.
Well, no, that's the rules in my house.
Yeah, they can co-parent.
Yes, but no, they're divorced. No, that's not going to work. Plus, they're my mom's married to somebody else now.
Oh,
Again?
that's a wrench.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
How many does this make?
My mother is on her fourth marriage.
Oh, well, she's been steady at 4 since at least 2015.
Oh, longer. No, it looks like the fourth one's going to stick because they've been together like 20 years.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
Yeah, yeah. So I think this one's
how long?
sticking.
That's
did you
confusing
s-
as a child.
No, not really, because I was already an adult by the time of my mother's third marriage.
What about the second marriage?
No, I was still very young. My parents split up when I was pretty young, so I was still pretty young when
Well, what's pretty young?
second
7?
7 or 8, yeah.
See, it's after the age of 7 when you're responsible for your own sins.
Oh,
If you die or get rolled up, what was a steamroller or something does you in? Oh, well, there's no limbo anymore.
there's no limbo?
Yeah, the Nazi Pope got rid of limbo.
Oh, wow.
So where does a child that
What did they do with all
innocent-
the limbo sticks?
there's got to be some like antechamber and well, the limbo isn't heaven, right? I'm not a Catholic.
I don't think 7's old enough to know what you're doing.
Right, but at 7,
I think like
That's
13,
when you become-
14, maybe.
no,
Maybe.
We're
And
not
that's when you're most
talking-
reckless, too. Though.
Right.
we're not talking about Americans who are perpetual babies. We're talking about from time immemorial. Yeah, 7 was in the which was the Christian Church, a good portion of it, the Catholic Church. At 7, that's when you assume responsibility for sin.
Oh, boy. Wow.
Yeah.
That's,
So, you could pimp before you were 7. You don't rack up any bad points or go to hell. But afterwards, if you're a procurer, holy smoke.
Well.
Now, remember that with your children,
Oh, my God.
Childhood ends at 7.
It's a lot to take in. Oh, I have an announcement in the Facebook live chat. Brian Mackey, host of the No More Excuses podcast, by the way, we did one last night.
Yes, we did.
Has now been upgraded from top fan to sharer.
Nice.
Yes.
Good job, Brian.
What the hell does that mean?
Means I think it just means he shares out the show a lot.
What does visual storyteller mean? 'Cause I don't post visual things.
Means you paint the picture.
I'm not talking about on Facebook.
There's a designation for visual storyteller?
Yeah.
Oh, not in the Facebook live chat. There isn't, at least not yet.
Oh.
But that's something to look forward to. Karen Cubitt is a top fan. She says, "Good afternoon, gentlemen."
Karen, you need to share more.
Wayne Noel is a top fan all the way from Michigan. He says, "Good afternoon." Stefan Philbrook says, "LOL, out of touch for Hoppy intro, LOL." Well, John Hopwood is next to me. He's the biggest Hall & Oates fan I know. Isn't that right?
That's a great intro, too.
Isn't it?
Yeah, for him, too.
And, Smoking Guns, they are hot to the touch. And they would cool down if we didn't use them so much.
Yeah, they would.
And we're soul alone, and soul really matters to John.
Huh?
You're out of touch.
Say what?
I'm out of time.
I don't listen to pop music.
Mm-hmm. Joe Friday says hello. He's in the Facebook live chat. Andy Barker says John will be on Nothing's Off the Table tonight. Are you sure? Because I heard something about his lawn and brown grass and green grass and it's all. Can you confirm this, John Hopwood?
I'll let Gonzo take over.
I don't confirm. I've never confirmed. Keeping it ambiguous is kind of my thing. It has been anyway since the 80s. The 80s. What a time the 80s were. Oh, my God.
I was in the Army in the 80s.
Remember that girl I met in the 80s?
Which one?
I don't know. So
now, Matt could come back with something.
Well, there was a time where girls flocked to smart men.
Oh.
When was that?
Yeah, when was that?
The 80s, right?
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
You might be the 1930s, but I wasn't. My parents weren't even teenagers.
I just, when I think of the 80s, I just think of a lot of cocaine.
Yeah, I don't see you doing that, though, Matt.
Oh, no, I was too young.
You were the guy in the corner.
He ran the crotch cam.
You do the fake snort, like the...
Yeah.
It was actually Santa flush, but,
Well, if my allergies were acting up, everyone just assumed.
Yeah, I quit doing that ever since the COVID-19. It's very contagious to be passing straws around.
Oh, that's a great point. Yes.
Yeah, so.
Our friend Paul Cormier, also known as Paulie C, says hello, fellas.
Hey, Paulie.
Jenny is in the Facebook live chat. I only know that because she hasn't commented, but someone said hello to her, so I know that she's in there. Joe Friday is calling you Johnny Bravo Hopwood. Is Bravo your well, Johnny Bravo refers to the episode of the Brady Bunch, because they talk about the Brady Bunch a lot on the morning show, and that episode where Greg Brady is Johnny Bravo. Why? He fit the suit.
Actually, Peter, do you remember in that episode?
I don't remember anything about the Brady
when Johnny Bravo in episode 4, season 9.
Now, who are you being now?
Paulie.
Oh, okay.
What do you want? It's me, Peter. I'm here. It's Paulie. What more do you want?
You have to have more sparkle in your voice for Paul.
Well,
he's got that deepish voice, but
he does. He has a very deep voice.
Excellent radio voice.
He does.
Ooh, there you go. There you go.
I'll work on that.
That is actually more in the spirit.
Love it.
I told Paul I recommended 2 films to him: Zardoz with Sean Connery, and the Anderson tapes. Which
you wonder where
Connery.
these things come from, like what?
Because he likes 70s movies.
No, you. I'm talking about you. Like, what flickers in your brain to talk about that Russian movie? Like...
That's not a Russian movie. It's John Borman.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, Gonzo.
Brown lawn.
Yep. Looks good enough to smoke.
Your lawn? Wow. You gonna invite us over?
Oh, I don't think you're gonna get a
your lawn's all seeds and stems.
Not really. What do you do in this weather to protect the lawn?
I've never.
I could tell you.
Home.
Everybody's lawn's burning up.
High fert, granular. You don't want to burn it. You want to go a nice slow granular fert.
Okay.
And then weed control. You kind of want to just be reactive versus proactive. If you miss the bus on the
Really?
Yeah. I used to sell lawn care.
That's why the other lawn I work on must be doing better.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was the guy that called you at 8:59 trying to sell you True Green lawn care. And they're like, I thought I'd put you on the do not call list. I'm like, well, this is the secret list.
Oh, a secret list. Joe Friday in the Facebook live chat says, can you imagine if Carol Robideau and John Hollywood had a show? Holy S. That's something to consider. Maybe you and Carol should do a podcast, John Hopwood.
We sing together.
You
We have sung together.
Carol's got
nice.
a wild side to her.
Does she?
Mm-hmm. She could host her own After Dark show.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Mm-hmm. Unrobidoed.
Rope-a-dope.
Oh, boy.
All right, Carol, we've had enough of you today. Okay, Peter. See you tomorrow. Great.
Right. She's interrupting the Brady Bunch anecdotes.
Yeah, your Peter White impression's pretty good, too. I'd be careful with that, though. We might get a call.
Who God? Who Peter White? You talk about God? You can't talk about Peter White, the great Peter White. I heard Peter White's 6'10".
Is this supposed to be Matt?
No.
Who's it supposed to be?
I don't know.
Oh,
You know who
Stacy?
it is? Stacy. I miss Stacy.
Shout
out to Stacy Wilcox, my boy.
Haven't seen Stacy in a long time.
Love you, buddy.
Get
Probably
well. Down at Forbidden Fruit.
Start rumors. Hey, get well.
Robert Dion in the Facebook live chat says, speaking of a happy hump, Robert Dion, of course, the host of Through the Stage Door, one of the great shows here at WMNH.
Why do you read all these? Because you were reading something I was saying to Stefan. It wasn't for you. About hump day.
Huh?
Well, you read something I sent to him, a reply. Everything that's there, people sometimes talk to each other.
Right.
So he didn't know what we were talking about. He probably didn't either. About hump day. This was a couple days ago. You read all this stuff. Right?
Yeah.
Well, some of the stuff's not meant to be read.
Most things he reads.
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
Other things you can't.
You probably shouldn't put something in there that you don't want read.
Well, I sent it to Stefan.
Oh. Oh. Well, now the whole world knows your secrets that you tried to share with Stefan. Whole world knows.
Well, why do you talk about hump day? It's because when women went to work, women aren't always, receptive to surrendering to the exigencies of love. So, from like Saturday night when you're getting some to Wednesday, it's a long time.
I thought it meant you were halfway through the
then
week.
you finally get a hump.
Whoa, oh my goodness.
No way, it's about humping.
Oh, hi, welcome to Matt.
I'm older than you.
Welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed. Who's this?
Hey, it's Andy Barker.
Andy Barker from the Nothing's Off the Table podcast. How are you?
I'm well, and just listening, I figured I better call in and find out if John's actually going to be on the show tonight or not.
Sure, I will be.
Oh, see, good. Okay.
I'll be there too. It'll be a duo, a dynamic duo.
Nobody's asked you.
Speaking of Batman and Robin.
Okay, that's all I want to know.
All right, very good. Well, please, Andy, plug where we can all see it.
Yes, you can find the show tonight at 8:30 p.m. Central Time, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and that's on the Lose the Radio Network on Facebook. So Facebook, oh wait, I forgot. I know how much you love the www. So www.facebook.com/lose the radio.
Very nice. Very nice. Well, we look forward to that. And I did not have to be up at 5 a.m. this Wednesday, so I will be tuning in.
Perfect.
Yes.
Perfect. All right, y'all. Have a great show.
All right. Thanks, Andy. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. The great Andy Barker confirming that John Hopwood will, in fact, be on the Nothing's Off the Table podcast.
It's so cool that like all these people they comment on the show, and now all of a sudden, there's a lot of synergy involved. Like
yes,
they're each other's guests, and
synergy. I like to do that.
What does synergy mean?
Synergy.
It's like when all the everything's working together, I guess you could say.
Oh.
Like all systems go.
Ooh.
Yeah.
We're not
Synergy.
talking about parlay.
It's like when you're on this show, and because you're on this show, now you're on Andy Barker's show, and then and then your lawn gets brown. You seem like a guy with a brown lawn.
It's unfortunate.
Like I wouldn't look at you and say that guy's lawn is bright green and perfect.
Wow, who can afford the water?
Yeah, and it doesn't rain anymore. Have you noticed it doesn't rain anymore, really?
Now I know what happened.
You know what I think?
Fertilized.
No rain.
Everyone should stop doing their lawn and then shame the people with nice lawns. So keeping up with the Joneses will be like a reverse effect.
Doesn't work that way. You're in an arms race. But
yeah,
the
if you live in the North End, it certainly doesn't work that way.
They've got the pipes, and it's watering itself all the time. So
You'll catch a dirty look in 2 seconds up on North Union Street.
water costs a lot these days.
By the way, Robert Dion in the Facebook live chat says Gonzo is going to take over for John Hopwood. Easy G said he wanted to change it up. I didn't realize that.
Nice.
What is it? Is this a wrestling match?
No, Easy G.
Razor.
I guess he decided you're gonna mix it up.
What does that mean?
That's what he does. He mixes it up. Easy G.
Was that you? I heard doing.
He metals.
I don't know old.
He's a metaler.
Slang.
Easy G's a metaler.
He is. Was that
he's a
you? I heard
stir.
doing the Easy G impression the other day.
Oh Jesus! Take your shirt off.
Possibly. Yeah. Matt Connarton. I am not talking about my mother's bra size on the radio.
Yeah,
I missed that. After
that was you.
one.
I heard doing it.
It's Easy G. The mayor stopped me, Peter White, and she said, "Put your mask on." Just like you got yelled at by the mayor, right, Peter White? Yeah, but it's different, okay? I was giving blood. They won't let Easy G give blood, I don't think.
Why not?
He's afraid of needles, number one.
Oh,
Well,
well.
then why would he want to give blood?
Number two, yeah, didn't he faint last time he got his blood drawn?
No, that was
Did
when
he?
that girl was singing to him.
No, that was when he cried.
That's when he
that's
cried
right.
of
Yeah.
joy, yes.
Yes, yes.
I love those moments, though. I genuinely
yeah.
do love that moment.
Yeah, yeah.
Because how else do you get to see a 50-year-old man
50?
weep with
How old
delight?
is he?
I thought he was like
65
early
or-
70s.
Yeah.
I thought,
I
yeah.
thought he was
He's
around
older
50.
than Glenn.
Yeah, he's like 75, I think.
I think he's 52.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. I mean, I'm not good at
I
math.
mean, he looks 34 tops.
Oh, yeah.
God, he looked terrible the other day.
Oh,
Must be the heat. Melting.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
man.
Hey, has anybody seen Glenn RJ? Caning himself
Well,
across.
we're not supposed to talk about him when he's not here.
Is he the third one we're not supposed to talk about?
He is.
I
Yes.
forgot.
Yes, yes. Oh, Joe Friday in the Facebook live chat says, "What the f is he talking about?" I'm going to assume that he's referring to you, John Hopwood. What the f were you talking about?
Who cares?
No, well, I thought I'd be polite and ask.
Jeez, we're radio.
I know, right?
You're
Joe
reading
Friday's
this thing.
quite
Have a
the
subject
personality nowadays.
Yes, yes.
Joe Friday could run for mayor.
Ooh,
Well, Joe Friday ought to use his own name or something rather than a pseudonym.
I happen
and
to know that
besmirch
is his real name.
Jack Webb.
That is his real name.
that is his real name.
Can't be. It's one of the most famous characters in television.
Sergeant Friday. Just the
Dragnet.
facts, man.
He was the second most popular
Dan Aykroyd.
TV performer in the 50s. Only Lucy was bigger.
The movie, Gonzo just referred to the movie, which I didn't think anyone other than me remembered the movie
Dragnet.
Which everyone hated, but I liked it. I thought it was funny.
It was weird.
It wasn't.
It's a weird plot.
I love the ending when Tom Hanks says to him, "Wait, don't you mean the Virgin Connie Swale?" It's so great. It's such a great ending.
But I think it's not a great movie, and it tanked.
Well, I liked it when I was a kid. I don't know if I'd feel the same about it now.
I was 24, and it was like, what?
Like when you go.
I used to love Dan Aykroyd. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Like I went to Smith Road School like a year ago.
And what's that?
To do something, to watch my nephew do something, and I couldn't believe how small the lunchroom looked.
Yeah, isn't it
It's
funny
like,
when you go back?
what the heck? This place. I played basketball here, and like it looks like you do a layup from the free throw line easily. Like
Yeah,
I was in Parker Varney where I went to school, graduated in 71.
Didn't make the
so
team?
Tiny. So
I thought you were
small.
going to say played basketball.
we have a call. Hi, welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed. Who's this?
Hey, it's EDG.
Easy lover.
What's up? Easy.
I had to call up because you guys were talking about me.
No, we weren't.
We were.
Your ears are ringing.
I thought he was on
You
the guest
were.
list.
No. So is it true, Easy G, that Gonzo is taking over for John Hopwood because John wants to mix it up?
I don't know. From what I heard the other day, that when he called up your show, that he wasn't going to be there. And I saw him because I talked to him on his TV show.
Are you sure you saw
I
John
guess he forgot that he wasn't
Hopwood?
going to be there.
Gonzo's an artist.
Once every couple weeks, Hopwood says, I got another guest this week. He can't be on the show, or I'm not going in the studio.
And what happened?
And it's all because he's passive-aggressive and is mad at me for something I did on the show.
Passive-aggressive
But
is
he
a
won't
word
say it to
women
my
use.
face. But he'll be like,
Oh, yeah.
I have.
I got a
And
question
what
for
happened?
you.
I got the other person off, didn't I?
Yeah,
so
you
you
did.
could come on.
Whoa, that's a conversation for Matt
after you had
Connarton
a
Unsheathed.
after you had a hissy fit.
Oh my goodness, we don't want to talk about who you got off.
I've offered it to you first.
I got a question for you, folks in the room.
Is it about
I
7
happen
or
to
8
be
inches?
on the Facebook page, and trying
No,
to.
you can't come in the studio.
We've already got a lot of shows starting in August scheduled over the Rex Theater, the Palace Theater, the Spotlight
Sex
Room.
Theater.
Whoa, are you doing an entertainment report
No,
right now?
Pussycat.
Are you guys anxious to go back? I'm not too anxious to go back with a lot of people in the room. I don't know about you folks, but
Eric, did you ever go to a pornographic movie house when you were younger?
no.
You never took your wife to one?
Ooh,
Date, you know?
sexy.
Yeah.
Eric, did you ever
But I
go
noticed they're
to...
doing a lot of one-day shows.
What,
They're
the
not doing a lot
Pussycat
of those
Theater?
big shows, like the Christmas Carol and the Nutcracker, where they're there all weekend. And
The Nutcracker.
I saw the Nutcracker
Oh.
when I was 5 years old. Who'd ever want to see that
Yeah,
again?
and it's June.
It was awful. It was awful.
That's
way
a
back
typical
then.
entertainment report for him.
It is.
Plug in the Nutcracker.
That's right.
one show I might want to go see if the virus ever slows down is they got a Howie Mandel coming.
Howie
Rescheduled to April
Mandel?
2nd next year.
What's it cost? $4?
He was supposed to come last year, but he got canceled early this year he got canceled because it was supposed to come in May, but they canceled because of the virus.
Da-da-do-do-do-do.
Well,
Who is it, Mary Hart?
He's never been to the Palace Theater.
He's a germaphobe. If there's one dude who's not going to tour during the virus, it's Howie Mandel.
This could be the worst.
Yeah.
You live your whole
Why?
life in COVID-19,
Why
and then
would-
it's like times 4.
Yeah.
Why would anybody know about Howie Mandel?
Because he's a judge on, it's not The Voice. It's America's Got Talent, I think.
That show's still on?
Well, Eric,
Right.
Eric's pipelined into the
I'm watching
entertainment
that
world.
show this year. It's not that good this year. There's not a lot of talent.
I know it's on the TV.
It's been on too long.
Yeah, who gives a damn?
Some of those people are very talented. That's just one man's opinion.
Who
that
gives a
That was that
Who
Canuck
gives
that
a
you
damn?
said.
Anyways, if somebody's looking for something to do tomorrow outside.
Are
There's
you,
gonna be a very limited,
are you available?
I think he's.
Farmers Market.
What do you
at Victory
charge?
Park tomorrow. It's 3 to 6.
Are you
He's
doing?
jonesing, bro.
He's totally.
jonesing.
He's totally doing an entertainment
He's
report.
leaking out of his pores entertainment report.
I know. It's all been bottled
It'll be on
up.
for a couple of weeks. I think they're going to do it until September, I guess. So I'm going to go check that out.
Were
What,
you-
the farmer's market?
There's a farmer's market?
He's going to check out the farmer's market?
Did you say the farmer's market?
What's going on at the farmer's market? Is that what he's talking
There's
about?
going to be a Victory
when
Park.
do the food stamps, you
Great
can
walk.
go down and pick up your keys.
A quickie.
You're going to have a quickie at the farmer's market?
Holy smoke.
Right out in public.
No, it's
You're
going to
naughty.
be just a quick one. It's only going to be
He's
on
going
for
to
a
have a
couple
quick
weeks.
one down there?
Jeez, wow.
And he's denying
What
he
I
went
do with whom is my business.
And he's denying he went to the Pussycat Cinema. Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Sure.
Wow.
Oh, all right, guys. Have a good day. Have a great show.
Hey, Eric,
Blah.
do you still have that tape deck, for your old tape?
Oh, my God.
No.
You don't? What did you do with all your X-rated titles then?
You ever hear him hang up? It's not
No, I don't
quiet.
have any of that stuff. Come on, get your mind out of the gutter, John.
I was Gonzo in my show, and,
Oh, boy.
we're like water.
Anyways, Matt, I happen
Flow
to
downhill.
flip around my Facebook page,
Have
and
a great
I happened to see they were
How
bringing
much is
back
that
the old
quickie
farts
cost?
from wrestling, the Big Show. That's one guy that definitely should hang it up.
Oh, you hate the old guys.
He was in the ring with Randy Orton. I guess they used to call that guy the Legends Killer.
He's
I think it's going to be fighting him
He's
soon.
reading off his bullet points.
And Ric Flair was in the ring. And of course, Big Show wanted to fight him.
He's
And Randy
gonna
Orton
keep
says,
going,
not
too.
today.
That's right.
I used to be buddies with you, and when I first came into the business,
So that's what he's using his
so
stimulus
he
check
said
for?
you crossed
No, no,
me,
no.
and you're going to regret it.
No, this is what he's using his
That
Social
guy should
Security
hang it out
money
the Big
now.
Show. Isn't he like 100 years old?
He got his Social Security stipend in now, and he's got new underwear. He's got all kinds of.
Who does? The Big Show?
No, the big dog.
Oh.
Jesus, buddy.
Wow.
And he gave up the tape deck right to Daryl.
Oh, you gave your tape deck to Daryl?
Like I said the other day,
videotape.
I used to say it's a good time to be a wrestling fan. Well, I'm going to change that now. I think it's a bad time to be a wrestling fan.
It is, yes, it is. It's weird watching it with no crowd. It's very strange.
Copyright.
Well, he could hire a
they have those
wrestler to
guys
come
from
visit
NXT,
him.
but of course that's been taped weeks ahead, and now with just not live wrestling and the virus and a lot
They
of
should
these
have a
wrestlers
wrestler
have
called
these,
the Virus.
Ooh.
not going to repeat
And he
anybody's
just,
names.
like,
A lot of these
spits
wrestlers
it.
have under suspicion now for sexual assault and
You're fishing
sexual
for sexual
harassment.
assault?
No.
Oh my God, what a mess!
Oh, John
It's even
Hawthorne.
affecting
What's he talking about?
affecting the other league, AEW. There's some wrestlers suspended over there for being
A&W.
for misbehaving.
It's the speaking out movement. It's like the sequel to Me Too. And there's actually legitimate. No, he's right. There's a whole bunch of allegations being made, and careers that have ended in the world of professional wrestling. Just in the last few
What
days.
do you think? They're all saints?
Well, it's not surprising, the
They're all
the
hopped
ladies
up
and the
on
guys are on the
painkillers.
road, and they might act out. I'm not saying it's the right thing to do. Obviously, it's not.
Well,
And
course.
stuff
You're
is
not
just
saying-
brushed under the rug years ago.
You're not going
but
to
that's
go
not
on
the
a
case
leg
anymore.
and a limb and say, "Hey, it's not the right
There's
thing to
something
do."
about
He's taking a
But
stand.
then again,
something about
Matt,
the
you
droning.
can't
It's
believe
like my
everything you
bowels are
read
not.
online.
Because you never know who's listening.
That's
Would
true.
you believe it if it was in like a sexy magazine down at the store Gonzo goes to?
Oh,
It's called Forbidden Fruit.
So I don't know.
All right,
You can
guys,
see
have a
it
great
on
show.
the, Are you Larry Flint? Are you the guy that calls in as Larry Flint?
Larry Flint. That's not the actual Larry Flint calling. That's disappointing. He
Could be
sounds
Jeff
like
Cassell.
he sounds like he had a stroke.
Is he still alive?
Oh, this guy on the air.
Well, anyways, I'm going to see you guys go. You have a
All
great
right.
show.
All right.
All right, bye,
Later, buddy.
ECG. We'll play out.
Loud hang up. Through the music and everything, you still hear it. Like, what did he carry? A dial phone around with him? Like one of those old dial phones, so he hangs up so loudly. How does he do that?
I know. Yeah, that is weird. It's that Obama phone that he has.
It's unbelievable. It's like clack.
Yes. Yeah. Maybe he's just really angry at the end of by the time he gets to the end of the call, he's just like, why did I do that?
He needs a
hangs up.
scrambler.
He does. He needs. You have a scrambler. Did you know John Hopwood has a scrambler?
I would look at him and say he's not only a guy who wouldn't have a nice lawn, but a guy with a scrambler.
Mm-hmm.
I had a very nice lawn.
I thought it was brown.
Well,
You said it was brown.
It's this weather, man.
I know. It doesn't rain anymore. Hello to the Honorable Heidi Hamer, who says, good afternoon, gents. Andy Barker says the show will go on whether he's there or not, LOL, referring to you, John Hopwood.
How does that happen?
Well, they just go on without you.
I thought it was going to go on without Andy.
They'll probably have Gonzo fill in and just be you.
And he was commenting on my verbosity.
Paul Cormier says a visual storyteller is a storyteller who uses visuals. Kind of confusing, actually.
Oh, so if you post...
Are you talking about like
Facebook
sense. Has a label, like a sharer and a top fan? You can be a visual storyteller?
Yeah.
So there should be an award for the first visual storyteller out there.
There should be. Well, you know what? If we get one in the Facebook live chat, I'll be hitting that air horn.
All right. I don't think it's going to happen, though.
Well, not with that attitude, mister.
No. There's not enough sharers out there.
Oh, boy. I'll tell you. But hopefully there's some visual storytellers.
I had some nice visuals the other night.
You mean when you were your attempt to make your wife into a baby machine? Or is that what you're referring to?
No.
Which he besmirched my entire show with salacious stories about impending papahood.
I'm already a papa, number one.
Well, you're trying for number two.
Yes, we are. We're having sex, trying to make a baby.
Oh, my goodness.
We're married. It's okay.
He's saying it directly here.
They are married.
Are they?
You hear that, Michelle's dad? That's what we're doing. When you're like dinner and we don't come up, that's why.
True. Practically anything can get married nowadays.
Paul Cormier says Matt and I partied quite a bit at Studio 54 back in 77.
But it was before you were 7 years old, so neither one of you is guilty of sin.
Right. Yeah. That's why we felt so free to let our freak flags fly, as they say.
Cher tried to corrupt the both of you.
She did. And she did.
If I could go back in time, I would definitely go back to Pauly C's wild drinking days and hitch on for a night. I think that would be a good time. That would be like I'm talking about like the wildest.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, can you imagine?
Bobby Champagne says you guys are out of control today. Making fun of the famous Peter White. Well, I don't think your impression of him is an homage.
Having fun.
Having fun, yes.
Peter's at Grand Slam drinking anyway. He ain't listening.
Is he?
Is Peter going to be the godfather of your second child?
Nah.
How come?
He shows zero interest in my personal life.
Well, he's had a big boost. You wouldn't even have a media.
I brought the baby
Peter
to
White.
see Peter, and he's like, "Yeah, he's cute. No, you can go now."
He should have had a beer bottle.
Like, Peter, look at my baby. Look at him. He's like, "Yeah, it's a baby."
Yeah. Well, he's already had one, so it's not that exciting to him. Probably.
Did the baby bring him gifts?
No presents.
You didn't even bring him a single bottle of beer?
No. But you
wonder why.
I'm making Bloody Mary mix for tomorrow, though. Just kidding, Jason. Of course, I would never do that.
That's probably good to clarify that, yes.
Yeah, drinking's illegal.
Heidi Hamer, the Honorable Heidi Hamer, says John's off his meds again.
Oh, shut up.
I've
known her since I was 5 years old.
Why does she say these things?
Can I use the B word on radio?
You really shouldn't. It's one thing to use it as a verb. As a noun, not so much.
Can I use the Russian word?
Yes.
Oh, she's a suchka.
Wait, you can use it as a verb like what? You're like chickening out in a situation type of thing?
No, it's interesting.
Right, like if you say, I'm bitching about using it as a verb is generally acceptable, but as a noun, in afternoon drive you really shouldn't.
Or like if you a key third down conversion, 3rd and 10, you drop the football, that would be B-wording out too.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
What about the word bitch?
I don't know sports. Yeah, I think that's okay.
That'd be a good name for a bar or something.
Ooh, we have a call. Hi, welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed. Who's this?
Hi, gentlemen. It's Paul. I'm out right now drinking and driving.
Yeah.
Paul Cormier. Well, stay away from John Hopwood's
because that's really, really, really hilarious to talk about on a radio show.
My thoughts exactly.
I think you might be in some trouble there, Mr. Gonzo, with Paul Cormier.
Well, no. I don't think anybody's in trouble. It's just I'm calling now to let the city of Manchester know who's listening that no, Polly C doesn't drink and drive, folks.
No, we're saying
Okay?
when you did 20 years ago. That's what we're saying.
Well, no, I didn't do that 20 years ago either. And actually, I did most of my drinking in a DJ booth, so it wasn't in a car.
What's this wee stuff, Gonzo? You're the one who brought it up.
Yeah, what's this weird stuff?
This is what he wants to do in a time machine. He doesn't want to go back to see, Caligula and then Roman orgy.
I said I wanted to go back in time and hang out with you
at Studio
when you
54.
were drinking. Because you were a hoot.
Absolutely. I was listening. I heard it. No issues, Gonzo.
He even said that in the Facebook live chat. Actually, yes, he said, I would love to throw a few back with Gons.
Hey, you know what? YOLO.
I think he means I would love to have thrown back a few with Gons.
Right.
Not I would love to throw back
We
a
could
few.
still
Well,
do
no. Oh, no, that you're not supposed to.
Well, hold on a second, Matt. What do you think? I'm a little 12-year-old and I'm going to succumb if he talks about if we do it now? If Gonzo is creating a scenario where he thinks that he would like to go out drinking with me now, then Gonzo, let's do it. Let's go out drinking.
No,
okay?
I was once by a mutual acquaintance. I won't say who it was, but I was once lectured by someone about how you are not supposed to say something like that, even joking. To someone who used to do that but no longer does that.
It's not like heroin.
Well, I mean,
it's
that would probably go for somebody who's sitting next to you in an AA meeting, or if it's somebody that you do know is a recovering alcoholic who you don't know personally.
Right.
But if you know somebody personally, I mean, I'm not going to... I mean, Matt, we've known each other for quite a few years now. If you started talking to me about Scotch whiskey, I wouldn't go running to a liquor store because you were talking about Scotch whiskey.
But I wouldn't talk to you about Scotch whiskey although then again, I wouldn't talk to anyone about that because I'm not really a drinker.
So Polly seems like the guy that would go to a bar with people and just have a burger and a Coke and be fine with that. At some point, you must hit that point in sobriety where you can do stuff like that.
You do, and that's a miracle, actually, because it took many, many times for me to quit drinking, and it was awful. And in my heyday, actually, it was kind of fun. But and right now, going to a bar and having a burger and a Coke with somebody is absolutely no problem. But that does not replace the fact, and it never will replace the fact that I want to drink. I'll always want to drink. That's a major, major part of this disease.
Yeah.
And it sucks. And it sucks.
I give you credit for being transparent about it.
I have managed to stay away from it for 10 years now.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And not many people will actually say that, I still have urges. And, it's something I deal with every day. Like, that's pretty actually big of you. There's probably people out there all listening that, wouldn't admit to that, So good for you, Paul.
So anyway, and when I did drink, it was just out of control from partying and DJing
fun.
for so many years. I was never really one of these dark, alone drunks who sat alone somewhere drinking myself to death. I didn't do that. I stopped drinking because I was having way too much fun, and it was taking its toll on my health. I couldn't do it anymore. I was getting hungover for 4 days straight. That was killing me.
Seriously? Wow.
Yeah, deathly ill for 3-4 days straight. I had to stop. I couldn't do that anymore.
Wow.
And then 2 years later, I suffered a heart attack that almost killed me. So I just, it was a good thing to do when I did it. Or else I'd probably be dead.
Just out of curiosity, Paul, the heart attack, do you think that was caused by the drinking that you had done?
No, my heart attack probably wasn't directly caused by the drinking, but it could have been one of the reasons why I had the heart attack because of the condition that my heart was in and how I had to have a stent put in it to let the flow of blood continue. I had a clog in my heart.
Yeah. No, I was just curious because obviously, to have a heart attack so young, I didn't know if the drinking maybe had contributed to that or not, but I guess there's no way to be sure.
Yeah.
No way to be sure anyway.
Can't really tell. And both of my grandfathers had heart attacks in their 40s and died.
Oh, really?
So,
Oh, so that probably means there's something genetic there then. If
there were no cell phones back then either.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Or life alerts. So.
Right. Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah. If you if you had family members who had heart attacks in their 40s, then yeah, I would tend to guess that there's something genetic. Wow. Jesus.
Yeah, pencil me in for 44. You know it's
But
gonna
I'll
happen.
tell you what,
so.
Gonzo, if I ever fall off the wagon, I will be in touch with you so we can go out and have a few
All
beers.
right, you
All
heard
right?
it here.
Well, I think that's nice. I think that's very nice.
That's the kind of friend I am. I'll buy you your first round.
Oh, jeez.
All right. And I love you for that, Gonzo. Cheers, boys.
All right,
Cheers.
Paul. Thank you for the call. The great Paul Cormier.
See, that was a little B-wordy.
Well, that was
That had a tone. That had
He had a right.
It had an
though.
aggressive tone. Like,
Mm,
let me tell you something about Pauly C. Pauly C doesn't drive drunk.
right.
Well, I wondered why you would even bring something like that up.
Oh, look who woke up.
He was talking.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So
You don't
wait a
even
minute.
think that
So wait, are
you
you gonna give me a
transgressed
lesson
a
on
bit?
courtesy and when let?
But dude, why would you talk about such a thing? It was such a silly thing to say.
Because what happened out of it? He put the message out that it is a struggle, and the word is out now. And then there's people out there that don't want to be talked to like, yeah, don't do this, don't that. People want to be relatable. No, people will listen to people who they can relate to. So
True.
maybe me being a wise ass got Pauly to call in, and now Hank on the corner is,
There's not much hope for Hank.
No.
But somebody else maybe. That Hank guy though.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
So you decide.
Hank gets a stint every year.
A stint. What were you gonna say, John?
A stent?
A stint. Hank, don't drive so fast.
Jeez.
So what's this topic for today?
I don't know. What do you want to talk about, John?
Well,
It's his show.
we're actually at the top of the hour, so we should maybe take a break. Maybe it's a good time to take a break. You guys want to take a break?
I'm gonna sit right here.
All of a sudden, everyone's quiet, so it's probably a good time. What's that? Are you holding a cigarette? What is?
Half of one.
Why do you have half a cigarette?
Because I started smoking and I had to come up here.
That's literally
What?
the worst thing for your heart ever.
What do I care?
Oh my god.
What do you care? When did you start smoking? You're a smoker?
No.
Why?
You know
do
what they say?
I don't understand what's
if
going
Why
on.
are you looking at me like that? I mean,
If he
You know what?
smokes, he
Because
pokes.
it's just a strange image. I've never seen you holding it. I don't understand why you have a cigarette.
why not? Do you ever smoke pot?
No, it doesn't.
I do every now and then.
Doesn't
It's been a long time.
Doesn't go well
I
for
could
me.
see you locked in a closet, being like, "Why did I do this?"
Oh yeah, no, it doesn't go well for me. I'm one of those people who
Jenny!
I get
Paranoia.
Yeah, no, it's true. I end up on the floor. I end up
Yeah.
just freaking out.
If you're angst, smoking today's pot would not be the right idea.
Yeah.
It's not your daddy's pot anymore.
So are you a smoker of cigarettes?
Every now and then.
Oh, you just have one every now and then?
Yeah.
Okay. I was just curious. I'd never seen you holding a cigarette. It was just a strange thing to see. Concerned
Yeah.
about you.
I'm concerned too.
Concerned about what?
Well, haven't you seen the happy? See
Who
that?
cares? Nobody loves me anyway.
Oh, that's not true. Everyone.
cut
What are you? What? Oh, shut
Dude,
up.
you really,
Shut up.
it's like on my show. It's like, like at the 38 or 40 minute, he starts going a little, the fuses start blowing
It's
out.
not your
like
show
that.
anymore. You
Yeah,
didn't hear?
but you're being
It's
ridiculous.
Ward 14 now.
Oh.
Which is about the age level that you've descended to.
Which is double the age of when you are responsible for your own sins. Which is 7 technically.
Which, if you knew anything about philosophy or anything, that's true.
I didn't study at BU under the great Professor Hicks.
God, they figured it. So you're,
My sabbatical is San Francisco.
God, you're like a monkey, He's like a trained ape now, like performing.
Yeah, speaking of
For
monkeys,
get
don't they smoke
attention.
cigarettes in the labs? They have monkeys smoke cigarettes.
Oh, yeah. They're still trying to figure out if it's bad for you. I think so. They're experimenting.
Gonzo, you're such a hypocrite.
Dude,
Where did
Come
I
back
get
to
this cigarette
reality.
from?
this act is,
Let's roll the song so Hopwood could get a butt in him. Jeez, look at him. He's jonesing.
no, it's just watching you.
He just needs a smoke.
Reset yourself.
Wow.
What's weird? It's like watching somebody, it's like a shtick. It keeps going on.
Yeah, it's very effective.
Very
it's
effective
just
for
the
what?
needling.
Needling
Right.
of what?
I'm not mad. You're not gonna get me mad, Gonzo.
You should see him get mad when you had the thing.
Really? You think I'm mad?
See, I think with Peter, you might have too much of a drawl.
Well, yeah, I'm confused. I'm like doing Peter Hopwood right now.
Yeah.
This is such narcissism you're engaging in.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm an artist.
Oh,
Artists
have to be
Artists
that
are
way.
about control.
No, we
You're
all are
exerting control.
egomaniacs, is what it is.
No, that's not true.
okay.
So what song are you gonna play?
Something about cigarettes, I assume.
No, I'm going to play this one.
If I had a belt and some booze in the car, I'd bring you down and give you a shot of scotch.
Oh, my goodness. Actually, let's catch up with the Facebook live chat, and then I'll play a song. So Brian Mackey says, no, John, we talk about Hump Day because of the cool camel.
Whoa, you're going way back.
Yeah. I missed a lot
Yeah,
of
that
stuff.
must be like 1984, and history didn't exist before then. Oh, it's true.
Speaking of Camel, Joe Camel was a bad influence.
Well, that actually is true.
I was in my 20s when I didn't, didn't have any influence on me.
By the way, Andy Barker says, for the record, my yard is not brown.
Where does he live?
Then you're a loser, because only cool people have brown lawns now.
Yeah, he's from Missouri.
Just kidding,
Huh.
Andy Barker. You
What
got
part-
such a
jeez.
wide reach, man. It's crazy.
Bobby Champagne says, I've watched that show, America Does Not Have Talent. Paul Cormier said, easy, who's going to be on New Year's Rockin' Eve this year? I'm skipping some of these are go back about 20 or 30 minutes. So I just want to make sure I don't miss anything good. Because we have some. Bobby Champagne actually has emerged as one of my favorite commenters.
Where's he from? Champagne was we were talking about how there's certain names in Manchester. That was a name.
Yeah,
as a kid.
I figured out that in Manchester, there's only 30 actual last names.
Really?
Yeah, like there's always like, Remillard or like Susie or like there's just so many like common Manchester names.
Oh.
And Bobby Champagne has his own street named after him in Hooksett.
Oh, very nice. I have to this day, not to brag, but I have a street sign that says Matthew Street that some friends and I stole when we were in high school in Concord.
There's no.
I still have it. Very proud of it.
There's no. What's that called when you get timed out on a crime?
Oh, statute of
Yeah,
limitations.
there's no statue on that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, if there was a statue
That
on it,
murder.
we'd have to take it down.
No.
Still up?
Well, no, we can't now because the president signed an order to protect all.
That's true.
statues now.
Well, at least the Confederate ones, certainly.
Yeah, especially those. Yeah, they get 2 guards.
Right. Bobby Champagne says, I have been every kind of drunk there is, partier and alone and everything in between. I'm over it. Haven't had a big buzz on in years. Good for you, Bobby Champagne. Good for you. And Mike Pelopita joins us in the Facebook live chat.
Well, we can't open the economy if no one's drinking. So come on, guys, let's buck up.
Ooh, Bobby Champagne said, John is crying out for attention with a cigarette. That only works when you're 12, John?
Ooh.
Oh, no, that's not.
Jeez, it's like going through a wormhole. Suddenly. I'm not used to it. This is like junior high school babble.
Oh. Are you upset with Mr. Champagne?
No, it's just, it doesn't mean anything.
He's not that clever. Anybody can say that kind of thing.
Right. All right. Well, we're going to take a break. We are at the top of the hour. I'm going to play this song I tried to play at the top of the show, and it froze up on me for some reason. This Kiss My Rump, Donald Trump by Sandy and Richard Riccardi. And we'll be back.
Oh, I thought about kissing his rump. That's what. Oof.
Did you?
Hey, guys.
No, when you were saying
it's
the
Bobby.
song.
It's Bobby Champagne here.
Where's
John
Bobby Champagne
is
from?
Definitely reaching out for attention.
Jesus. Spare me.
Carol Robideau talks too much.
Ooh, you got some shade thrown at you here, my friend.
That was my first shot at, Bobby. So
Anthony Richard in the Facebook live chat says, as a radio host, Tell that guy with the hat on backwards he's trying way too hard to be funny and it isn't working.
Nice.
Yeah.
Who said that?
Shots fired.
Unshare him.
The shtick was going on too long.
Anthony Richards said that. Ooh.
If that's your real name.
Is that someone you know?
No, I don't. Sounds like a dick.
Oh, my goodness. Well, on that note, we'll take a break. More Unleashed coming up. Don't go away.
Give the white supremacists a nod. Tell the Christian right that you found God. Take away the women's rights we've had for 50 years. Hang out with the Ku Klux Klan, then crucify the queers. Fire everyone who calls your bluff. Vilify the ones who say enough. That leaves one thing more before we're through. One little thing from me for you to do. Kiss my rump, Donald Trump. I'd never vote for you. Not if you were the last man standing. Kiss my rump, Donald Trump. If you attempt a coup, your ass to you we will be handing. Build a fence to keep protesters out. Hunker in your bunker, tweet and pout. Tell the cops to go ahead and up brutality. Law and order is a premised fascist all decree. Drink some bleach to clean your molecules. Push hydroxychloroquine to fools. Keep denying your ineptitude. But here's one little task you must include. Kiss my rump, Donald Trump. I would never vote for you. Not if you were the last man standing. Kiss my rump, Donald Trump. If you attempt a coup, your ass to you we will be handing. I'm trying to be succincter, but your mouth looks like a sphincter. Your squinty eyes reveal to me narcissistic personality. Your tiny-fingered sausage links are far too small to hold your drinks. So get some help in your defense from your disgusting sycophants. Tell McCain he's not a war hero. After all, why not? You didn't go. Tell me how you plan to keep the press from telling facts. Tell me how you won the election without Russian hacks. Flush the grand old party down the drain. Have a bromance with Vladimir Putin. Summon all the bigots in the country from their caves. Is this the way a president behaves? Kiss my rump, Donald Trump. I would never vote for you. Not if you were the last man standing. Kiss my rump, Donald Trump. If you attempt a coup, your ass to you we will be handing. Kiss my rump, Donald Trump. I'd never vote for you. Not if you were the last man standing. Kiss my rump, Donald Trump. If you attempt a coup, your ass to you we will be handing. Your ass to you we will be handing. Your ass to you we will be handing.
Welcome back, everybody. We are well in hour number 2. Matt Connarton Unleashed, and we are live from WMNH 95.3 FM. John Hopwood is over there at the news desk.
Oh, do I feel grumpy?
Really? Why?
I guess I'm dehydrated.
Mm-hmm.
Like 20 minutes I started feeling.
You're also really far from your mic.
Oh, sorry.
There you go.
Oh my God. Well, you were talking. We got a lot of humidity here.
Yes.
And I haven't been drinking water. Last 2 days, I've drunk 5 cups of coffee each day.
Gonzo is here as well. He went outside for a moment, but he'll be back. How
are you and Jenny doing?
Good. I want to remind everybody, of course, it is Wednesday, so it's trivia night at the Hop Knot at the Brady Sullivan Plaza in 1000 Elm Street from 7 to 9 p.m. Trivia returns. I'm reading this from the Facebook post that they put up that I also did share out on the Matt Connarton Unleashed Facebook page if you want to take a look at it. But we are back at it with live trivia tonight from 7 to 9. And so happy that our hostess with the mostest, Helena, will be back tonight. This week, our theme is Pride. Come test your knowledge about LGBTQ plus history and pop culture, or come for the fun and learn a little something that you might not have known before. The games begin at 7. Feel free to give us a call before then to reserve your team a table. So that is tonight. And by the way, of course, the Hop Knot too, not only do they have trivia night, but the food is great. They have craft beer, they have wine, they got all kinds of cool stuff. And we celebrated your birthday there, from what I recall.
Do they deliver beer?
I don't think so now.
Some places do.
Yeah, under the stay-at-home order, or stay safer at home, or whatever it's called now. I do believe that places are allowed to do that.
Do you think what's going on now is going to change restaurants and how people eat? That the food services are delivering now, which they've had, places like Pebble Beach and other communities, that will last for the middle class?
I don't think in the long run. I think in the long run things will revert back to how they used to be.
Going in because of the socialization you do.
Yeah.
Socializing you do.
Yeah. I know that some people think that that this is like, you hear that phrase a lot, the new normal.
Right.
People talking about the new normal. And no, I think part of why I think things will return back to the way they were is because people so desperately want them to be the way they were that they're willing to endanger themselves and everyone for it, because people are already behaving very recklessly. I complain about it. I'm sure you've heard me talk about it on the show. I complain about it all the time, how, they loosen restrictions a little bit and everyone says, oh, okay, COVID's over. Let's have pool parties and barbecues and breathe in each other's faces as much as possible. I made a post the other day. I was complaining about how I feel like it's me and 5 or 6 other people in the entire city of Manchester still wearing masks. It's like, why am I bothering? Nobody else seems to care. Why do I? When in fact, I mean, we're, forget about the second wave. We're still in the first wave of this thing, It's a long way from over. So
the statistics don't look very good right now.
No, I mean, we've done well with it here in New Hampshire, and they're doing well. They've done well getting it under control in Massachusetts, which at one point they were doing terribly there. So that's good. But in other parts, in Texas, Governor Abbott of Texas is panicking.
Right.
He's publicly panicking. Gonzo is back. Hello, sir.
You said it before. So as mass goes, we will go. And I was really worried for a minute that there would be an influx of Massachusetts people infecting us, but it seems like we held it off pretty well.
Yeah, I am.
Because we're pretty disciplined with our distancing. I mean, it's lapsed now. It's a weird mix. It's like fluctuating up and down, who wears the mask or not,
Yeah.
It seems to be like a symbol of what party you belong to now.
Oh, yeah. It's totally politicized.
Like if you wear a mask, you're a Democrat. If you don't, you're not.
That's
pretty
so
much
odd. It's so odd.
It is. And it's terribly frustrating.
Oh, you can't go to a Trump rally and wear a mask. You'll be chastised.
Well, God's protecting you.
That's right. Yes. Like that woman who said, I'm bathed in Jesus's blood, so I don't need to worry about it. Oh, yeah. And, and if you wear a mask, people, I'm conscious of it. Like if I walk into a store wearing a mask. Like, I see the looks I get from people like, oh, look at this D-bag. He's actually wearing a, what does he believe in science or something? What a lemming.
What do you want to live?
Yeah. What does he actually care about other people? What a dick. You know, I mean, I can see the looks on people's.
You don't support your president?
Right. Yeah. What is he, a liberal? Yeah.
It's unbelievable. Like, it must suck to be wanting to wear a mask if you're a Republican, and then you just you put it on, but then when you go to a store, you have to take it off so people know what side you stand on.
Right. But that's one of the reasons why I give Governor Sununu so much credit, because here's a Republican governor who has, in my opinion, he's been exemplary through this, and he has not given in to the probably the majority of his party who wants him to, not have done the stay-at-home order and just been like, yeah, of course this whole thing's just a giant hoax. And
because you might expect that, but good for him.
Yeah, he's been great. Because
I wonder if he's getting any backlash behind the scenes from El Presidente, Like, he hasn't called him out publicly yet.
Right. He hasn't given
not yet.
He hasn't given Sununu an insulting nickname on Twitter, and thus ending his political career. So,
I know,
so
right?
that's good.
I know. What would be a good one?
I could.
Sonono.
There's Governor Sununu in New Hampshire. He still wants more testing. He thinks they need more testing.
I know. What is that? Why is everyone testing so much?
Why all the tests? You have more tests. You have more positive cases. It's terrible.
More sniffles.
Yeah. This kid is sniffling, and then in an hour he's better. But I guess we have to say he has COVID. We have to test him. I don't understand.
Right at that moment, the family man took his mask off. He didn't want to be shamed in the audience. He's like, I'm not wearing a mask.
Oh, it's so.
He puts like a big screen on. He focuses and zooms in on the one guy with the mask on.
Yeah,
he's like, beat him up.
Now he said that he never kids. Remember, the White House is saying he's kidding about that. Are they going to? Is Congress investigating that? Well, it won't do any good.
Why bother at this point?
Isn't that great that he could just do that? Get to the point where you're like, why bother?
Oh yeah.
So just. At some point, you just become anything you want because it's like, why bother?
Yeah.
Because that's what it is.
Right.
Like if Obama said half the crap. Oh, my God. Can you even imagine?
1/1000th of what Trump has said.
Or if didn't he get talked about for tweeting something? Like about a basketball game? And
Obama?
He shouldn't be on Twitter.
Oh, geez, Obama.
He should be concentrating on his job.
Obama was, pilloried for waking up in the morning and breathing. I mean, it was incredible.
The golf comments, everything.
Oh, anything Obama did, it was like, how dare he?
Still.
Impeach him.
Leave the guy alone. He's gone. He's still hammering on Obama.
Oh, I know. I know.
But that's obviously a tactic because Biden is Obama, and you know what I mean?
Well, Biden isn't Obama, and the problem he's going to have is he's running against the white guy.
The problem is he's not Obama.
Mm-hmm. Unless he, starts calling him Shanty Irish or something. Which, when my parents' generation, that was a prejudice. Kennedy had to face that.
Yeah.
If Biden just shuts up, he's got it.
That seems to be the strategy.
It's like when a girl's DTF and she wants you, and then you just keep talking and you're ruining it.
Right.
Like he could do that.
Right.
The country's DTF right now.
Yeah.
But if he keeps talking, it won't be.
Yeah. No, he's got Trump against him. Look at the polling now. I was talking to somebody the other day. Do you ever think Joe Biden would be president? It's hard to believe in some ways.
Well, I mean,
because he'd run before and he'd spectacularly failed.
Right. But the polling, I'm seeing polling that has him 15 points up, and I'll tell you, historically, if you, by almost the end of June, by this point in summertime, if you're that far ahead, you end up winning.
Before the convention,
And he's way ahead of where Hillary was at this point.
Right.
I mean, it was pretty close. I mean, everyone assumed Hillary was going to win, but polling was always pretty close between the two of them. But Biden is way ahead at this point. And I mean, not just in national polls, but in some swing states.
Yeah.
Geez, I saw a poll recently with him ahead of Trump in Texas. I mean, that's a very red state.
There must be a reverse. Who is the mayor of Los Angeles? Tom Bradley. They had the Bradley effect. Everybody thought he was going to be elected governor. He was African American. He was the first.
Yep.
He was the assistant chief of police. Then he became the mayor, and he had 3 terms, I think, 2 or 3 terms. Then he ran for governor. Everybody thought he was going to be an easy time because the polls said he was going to win. And he lost. And they came up with the Bradley effect that white voters wouldn't admit that they weren't going to vote for him. Now I think there's like a reverse. Maybe Republicans, like Gonzo's saying, how about, you're the one Republican and you're wearing a mask to be ostracized. There must be, Republicans have to deal with this loony MAGA-mites. And they're just playing their cards close to the vest. But,
Could be.
They're all Susan Rice.
They're so bad at playing their cards, though. It's like so transparent. If Trump decided that it was okay to kick old ladies while they cross the street, and he publicly said that's the thing now, half of Senate would be like, absolutely.
Yep.
I agree. Kicking old ladies is definitely okay.
Oh, yeah. They're afraid. They're so terrified to speak out against him because, they'll be given a funny nickname on Twitter and their political careers will be over. And it literally is that simple.
And it works.
But that primary with the Republican, the 24-year-old won. Against right. It's like, I'm not the Trump one Trump's supporting.
Right.
And he wasn't supposed to win.
No,
and he won.
Right. That's bad news for Trump. Yeah, that's potentially bad news. Robert Don in the Facebook live chat says, just came from the Walmart, less than 50% wearing masks. Yikes.
Well, they are Walmart people.
Can you imagine if Biden gives Trump a zinger and just freezes him, though? like kind of how John was like 20 minutes ago. Yeah. It was just like...
Well, you have my bowels in an uproar.
Oh, right.
He starts talking about like elementary school again. But can you just imagine if Biden's on point? So like, I think you mentioned it. Like whatever Biden was on, give him more.
Right.
Because if he can be witty, and he's got some wit in him.
Oh, of course, yeah.
He's a Texas senator. He's got all kinds of...
Who's a Texas senator?
No, Biden's from Delaware.
Or whatever.
He's Irish.
You're thinking of Texas because I mentioned he was polling ahead in Texas.
Well,
yeah.
He seems like a Texas guy, too.
No, you
think so?
He's a Delaware.
My bowels are in an uproar.
Joe Biden.
See it on the show.
If you meet Joe, he's very Irish. And don't put,
Well,
he'll fight.
I'd be
Trump.
sure to wash my hair that day because I wouldn't want to come across smelly as he went in for the...
You wouldn't want to disappoint him. Yeah, says he sniffs your hair. Bobby Champagne says, I'm prepared to live the rest of my life living on my property and never leaving it.
If I had a property, I'd probably feel the same way.
John Sweeney, that's a new name in the Facebook live chat. He says, Trump 2020. Anthony Richards says, I remember my first DTF. It involved a midget, a mallet, and a weird cucumber-shaped object. Well, that sounds like a story for my other show, of course.
What's DTF?
Matt Connarton Unsheathed, which, of course, is only available on the dark web, and I'm legally prohibited from telling you how to find it. But
you somehow...
You have to Google that, John. DTF, Google it.
Yeah, Google that.
I refuse.
Bobby Champagne says, kind of like Hillary being up all those polls last time, LOL. No, Hillary she was usually ahead in the polls, but only by a little bit.
Yeah.
She never had the huge margins that Biden has now.
And you kept saying he was going to lose. Remember when we had the back-to-back TV shows?
Oh, yeah.
And I wasn't so convinced. But
yeah.
you're right to the... And then after he gets elected, Matt's, he's not... He's just going to not even become president. He just wants to get back to his media empire.
Yeah.
Boy, were you wrong.
I was, yeah.
But you couldn't believe that guy could ever, even when he's elected, actually become president.
John Sweeney says mail-in ballots is the only reason why Trump is going to lose. The system is rigged.
Yeah, sure it is.
Yeah, I don't agree. Bobby Champagne says Biden is a joke.
Here we got the programmed people now.
It's
they're
like
programmed.
the algorithm.
Yeah, it is. They're just programmed, and they set up, and they say the exact thing. They're programmed. I've never seen anything like it. Have you?
By the way, I think Anthony Richard was trying too hard to be funny on that last comment.
Ooh, burn.
Cucumbers, come on.
Oh,
Zucchini, step it up.
that's right.
And you can't say the M word anymore.
Oh,
it's short people.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
What's M word?
Midget. You can't say that.
We're not supposed to say that anymore.
Oh.
We had a very never mind. Brian Mackey is saying, "What's a Walmart people?" Well, the people of Walmart. Isn't there a website?
Yeah.
There's a website, people of Walmart.
It's funny. They all have white sweatpants with stains on the back. They all crop their pants.
Well,
it's even worse than that.
Well, yeah.
That must be done in Texas because people in New Hampshire,
We're the good ones. Yeah.
Well, I don't go to Walmart in New Hampshire and
we
see
have
the
50%.
freaks, but they have the site. And they got
go to
it's
South
like, wow.
Carolina and see how many people at Walmart are wearing a mask.
Yeah, no kidding.
Or
huh?
wearing clothes, for that matter.
Oh my goodness.
Well, that's Walmart people.
Bobby Champagne says you were wrong then and probably will not admit it, but Mr. Trump is the president? Admit what? That I was wrong?
Oh, that you said he'd never be president.
Well, he meant you said that, he wouldn't even bother to go.
I have no problem admitting that I was wrong. Of course I was. I was wrong.
Yeah, because
why would I have a problem admitting?
Because why would you think that? In the first,
really,
put yourself back in time. Who really thought that? The guy just came off a Comedy Central roast and then ended the roast as a presidential speech, and then that actually was what gave him the idea to do it. Like, if you watch the roast of Donald Trump, he throws a couple off-colored jokes in there.
Yeah.
And then he ends it with, as president, like a fake presidential speech. And then it's eerily, it's scarily real. Like, he talks the same way, too.
John Sweeney says you guys get your news from CNN. I don't even watch CNN. But you're right, how they all say the same program things.
Yeah, and that's
Is
his
John
other
Sweeney really Mike Doyle? Is this like a fake Facebook profile?
Sweeney, there was a Sweeney family here in Manchester.
Because Mike Doyle
that's
always...
an very Irish name.
Because Mike Doyle always says that when he calls, oh, you got your news from CNN. I can't do the impression. You do a Mike Doyle impression.
Hey, it's Mike. Yeah, I went to the news camp, but I only delivered packages. No, the thing about it is I listen to Fox News on purpose. Well, and it comes in perfectly on 610. But Glenn Beck, right at 9, I go right on that. And I actually find him entertaining, his lack of, I don't really care how I come across.
Yeah.
Like, he'll just sit there with a pause for like 5 minutes.
I'll tell you, I don't agree with him politically, but I've always found Glenn Beck kind of oddly likable. I think it's his voice. He's got a very soothing voice and a great radio voice.
He's just pissy enough to get like, so like he's not boring. He'll stir the pot a little bit,
Yeah. We have a call. Hi, welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed. Who's this?
John Sweeney.
Hi, Matt. It's Paul again. How are you?
Good, Paul. How are you?
Good, good. I was just calling back. I actually wanted to call back right away, but I was in the middle of doing something here, working. So I am calling now that I'm off the clock.
Oh.
So I just wanted to, after I got off the phone, I heard Gonzo over there saying how that it sounded like I'm Paulie C and this and that and that. But I don't ever recall using my name in the third person whatsoever during that entire phone call. And secondly, the whole reason of that phone call, Gonzo, was because, when you have a person sitting there on a radio show, assuming or guessing how somebody spent their time drinking when they had a problem, and then you bring up these scenarios to the radio show host, and one of those scenarios is that that person is out drinking by themselves. When that happened, what I did was I got on the phone without using any third person there. I actually felt I needed to defend myself, because when you start talking BS like that about people on a radio show, talk about that crap off the air.
Well, we wouldn't. It's just a joke. And you're Anthony Richard, aren't you?
I'm who?
Just
Anthony Richard.
A good thing to brought up.
Paulie, we wouldn't talk about it off the air because it's just We're
Well,
kidding.
okay,
We're kidding.
Then Gonzo,
But it's not
don't
your-
talk
you're
about
funny.
it at
You make
all.
off-color
Don't talk
jokes.
about it at all. Then
Right.
the way I drink
sensitive
is
now?
none of your business.
So
all
you're
right?
sensitive now?
Gonzo,
but
come
it's
on.
okay to... Oh, certain subjects are off the table and certain... we're
That's
talking about
correct.
you 20
That
years
is
ago
correct.
and
certain issues are off the table. All right.
Well, yeah, you're a radio personality on this station.
Dude, you went too far.
How did I go too far?
I can't believe you're continuing to talk about it.
I didn't say anything about what he's talking about. I'm saying
It
that
was
he needs to lighten up a
inappropriate.
little bit. He needs to lighten up a
Well,
little bit.
I apologize, Paul.
And you should too.
I do.
I apologize too. He made a good point. I apologize, but I don't apologize for putting myself back 25 years ago.
But
It's
it
an
wasn't
absolute joke.
it wasn't a good one.
Well, who are you to judge?
Because didn't you hear what he just said? You don't do
and
that to
now
somebody on the air.
Okay, all right.
I mean, when we talk like on my show and stuff, we're making absurd stuff up about this, that, or the other.
My
thing.
whole life is on the table for anyone to pick apart, though. Okay, like
But
why?
that doesn't
why is
give
it
you
different?
doesn't give you license to say that to about anybody else. He's got a reputation in this
But if
town.
I
You realize what people are like out there.
If I got sensitive over every father comment or everything, I know how I am at home. I know my life. I know
Gonzo,
it's in order.
and one of the problems with you is you don't know when to stop. I mean, you know,
oh my God, the glassest house I've ever
so
seen.
yeah,
just
but
threw a rock at
I
me.
admit, like when the stuff when PTSD takes over and stuff.
You know what it is,
You
John?
can't admit it. You're not self-reflexive.
I will know when to stop, but I'm also not going to placate to the sensitive. Like, this is radio. It's a joke.
No,
we'll talk about it on the air. If we talked about it off the air, that would be a problem.
Wouldn't be
that would be
surprised
the
if-
problem. That means we're weird.
Dude, I wouldn't be surprised if you don't come on. You're not allowed on the radio again on my show. We've talked about stuff like that.
Who cares, John? Get over it. Like, what are you getting at?
I'm just saying. Cut it. You know.
At least you have
let's
the balls
start a
to
new.
say it this
let's
time
let's
instead of text it.
Let's
like, weirdo. Like.
What the hell is wrong with you? You're like it's like dealing with
No,
I hate to
because
say,
people.
it's like
This is what's wrong. People don't stand up for their stand-up comedians are getting
You're not a
cancel
stand-up
cultured all day long
comedian.
because they say something wrong. Well, no, I'm not a stand-up comedian, but that's what I bring to this show. I bring comedy, and it's just a joke. Like, it's just a joke.
You went too far.
I went too far. I could go so farther. You don't even know.
Well, you're not going to do it on here.
Probably not a good idea.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got
Not a good idea.
You need I've blown up and all sorts of stuff, but I always have remorse. Except I always used when I was mad. Remember, I used that I apologize voice that I got off that.
Yes.
And you said, you told me, I don't know what you are or not apologizing.
Right.
On air, everybody screws up.
Yeah.
I get
Matt
it,
doesn't screw
and
up
you'll
that
never
much.
hear me say that subject whatsoever ever again in regards to that last caller. I like him. I
Of
hear
course.
him make jokes that could be considered off color and offensive, but that's kind of what we do. Like, it's just entertainment. If you're
But
not
it's not just
like
entertainment.
you don't get my point. I'm not going to subjects that are just so out of bounds. I'm just joking with.
I'm going to go back
a fellow
25 years in a time
personality.
machine.
Yeah.
It was dead from the get-go.
Oh my God, John.
That's something you might say at a party, and if he's around there, he could punch you in the mouth if he was offended. But you don't say that on air.
I would doubt that he'd punch me in the mouth
I'm just
because
saying.
I would tell him straight out, like, dude, we're just kidding. If you don't want me to talk about it, I won't talk about it. But we're not going to talk about it off the air, because if we did that, then that just makes us weirdos who talk about that off the air. It's just,
We have a call. Hi, welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed. Who's this?
Yeah, this is Anthony Richard.
Hello.
Hey, is this guy drunk on the air?
No, that is how he normally speaks.
Who, Hopwood?
No, you.
This isn't the Gonzo that used to be down in Philadelphia, is it? Because he sounds exactly like him.
Philadelphia?
I don't know.
What a shock jock.
I don't know. I just kind of be myself, and
But you're on the radio.
I mean, you're taking shots at people, man, and it just isn't right as a radio show host. I mean, you're really taking that bar to a whole different level with disrespect, man.
Like, how so? Cite an example, please.
You're not funny. You're not funny at all.
Right.
At all. Like, you're trying way too hard and destroying this guy's this guy's show.
Oh,
It's
there's
not
been
funny.
worse. Trust me.
Listen
No,
to him.
no. You're pretty bad. You're not funny. These two guys are doing a show, and you're just horrible.
That's
It's
great.
unbelievable what I'm listening to. Like, I support this guy. I've been following him, and like having someone like you in there, I'd rather listen to a monkey screw a football, dude. I mean, that's funnier than you. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
and
not
your
funny,
cucumber
dude.
joke was funny too, buddy. You're
Dude.
just a
Yeah,
loser.
well, listen, I'm very successful in what I do, and
Yeah, sure you are.
and I don't need to prove
This is
any more what
bad
I do.
radio.
But you are not funny.
All right. Well,
Not
guess
funny.
what?
Well,
You're
get
calling
this guy
in
off
a
your
tizzy,
show, man.
so
If you want
it's
to be
doing
successful,
something.
get him off your show.
Why? Because you'll listen next
Oh.
time I'm on, won't you, Anthony Richard?
I don't get the Philadelphia thing.
I don't either. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't copy someone's personality either. Like,
Right.
Do you both not know what the transgression he made? I mean,
Well,
that was pretty bad. what he did. And it
well,
wasn't
you
funny.
getting
well,
it?
It was pretty upsetting.
I apologize.
I know,
But
but he just doesn't get it.
I get it, and I will actually
here you
call
are so
Paul
militant.
myself and deal with that myself. I don't need you to coach me
I'm
up.
right here, buddy, and we've talked about off air too.
You, like I said before, you must have like information on people because the things you get away with are out of control. Like I still don't even know what I did that was so out of bounds.
Well, you
I
ought to
made a
think about
scenario about Paul, learned that it was inappropriate, not doing it anymore, and you'll never hear me do it again because I
But
do.
here you
respect
are,
that.
you keep going, talking about it. Why can't we just drop the damn thing?
We have. We're on to how I'm not fighting now, which is fine.
So are you going to apologize to Paul?
I already did. Yeah, I did about 8 minutes ago.
Okay. All right. Well, good.
You don't want to over apologize because then it waters it down,
Okay. All right.
But yeah, officially, yes. Sorry, Polly. Like, I didn't know you'd get so upset about it. But I guess,
Well, obviously you didn't mean any harm, but
no, just joking. Like, honestly, like, that's it.
You don't joke about things like that.
What do you joke about then, John?
You don't joke about things like that.
Erections?
That
Like, that's what you like to joke about.
And how serious was that?
Right. I think that's more offensive. But
It's so offensive. It's about
you talk about tagging in on my wife and stuff. Like, come on. Like, who do you think you are? You live in the thinnest glass house I've ever, and then you threaten your Ward 13 show on me? Wow, okay.
Dude,
wow.
I don't care if you're ever on that show again.
I don't either. I think
Jesus, you want to be on media.
I
Come
like
on.
okay.
It's obvious.
Yeah, because I'm an artist and I like to
Just cut the stuff about being an artist.
you know
man.
what?
You're a human being.
you have to kind of
Artist
I don't
doesn't-
know.
Saying artist doesn't give you a license to be, what you did today, in my opinion, if we want to put it that way.
All right. Well, I think it does.
No, it doesn't.
Well,
And you're not an artist because you don't have control. If you don't have self-control and control, you're not an artist. I don't come in here. I'm a disabled veteran with PTSD, and I freaking behave badly here. And I have
Very-
remorse.
very
Something I
badly.
have to struggle with. I struggle with it. Matt's helped me through 5 years doing, stuff. But
Right.
why you can't see I'm an artist. That doesn't hack it, man.
because sometimes you can't just apologize every single time for something that.
Dude, you went too far.
How so? Exactly.
If you can't understand that, how old are you? 42?
How did I go too far, and what exactly did I say that was too
Oh,
far?
I can't believe I'm having this discussion.
Because you don't even have a clue. You're so like.
Dude, I'm older than you. I have much more experience than you. And you're always making the stupid comments, and I make them when we're on the show with you too.
Right, so you need to lighten
But it was
up,
just
too.
stupid stuff we were playing. We had fun.
Yeah, exactly my point.
Well, then it's my
Lighten-
fault, though,
lighten
getting
up.
him going
But
about
certain
stupid
things
stuff.
are off the table.
Because we were
Now
going
that
to
I
talk
know.
about something else, and then I forgot the stuff.
Talking about
And my wallet.
drinking, which is literally the heartbeat of the economy. Like, everybody goes
Now
out
he's
and has
back
drink.
to it.
Like, I'm not talking about a dark secret or anything weird. I'm saying imagining what it was like 25 years ago at the Salty Dog.
Do you have
Now
any
I'll never
Do you have
it.
any sense of propriety and boundary?
Yeah, I do all the time. I always pull back the reins. Always like.
Yeah, we were talking about before. Oh, you were doing what? You've been doing well lately.
It's just so funny how you spout off at the mouth, but you're literally guilty of twice as much of what you're accusing me of. No. All you gotta do is run back the tape, and you'll see all the offensive things you say. But I just shake it off because I know you're kidding.
I didn't do what
you wouldn't
did.
say that to me if you didn't have headphones and a mic in front of you. It's just a joke. I get it.
What was not a joke?
I don't know. Like when you said, for example,
you mean upstairs?
If you need a pinch hitter.
As if that's serious.
Well, why is that? Okay. Why are you allowed to use that?
Because that's not going...
You've gone too far. You've gone too far. Like, why are you allowed to go, oh, I was kidding? Well,
it's not that...
Because kidding too.
It's obvious talking when you're talking about, oh, we'll have a pinch hitter. You're trying to
obvious
be...
talking. That's not
obvious.
That's weird.
Yeah, that is...
you're talking
so
about,
absurd.
I can't get the job done, so you're going to come in and take care of business and then make a baby.
And who would believe anything like that? It's a freaking joke.
It is a joke.
We have a call. Hi, welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed. Who's this?
Larry.
Thank God.
It's our friend Larry Flint. I can't believe it. Wow. How are you, Mr. Flint?
Well, somebody said glory hole earlier, and I had to roll.
He's the one who brought them
to
up.
the phone.
Actually, you did.
Oh boy,
you brought this bookstore up, didn't you?
That was
show.
That was.
I never even heard of the damn place.
Bookstores, I used to have a lot of them.
Yeah, and you had LFD Productions, in Beverly Hills.
Wow.
I can't even
say that anymore.
Spell LSD.
Well, I'm sorry, what?
Oh, that was.
I'm sorry, Mr. Flint. I'm trying to keep up. Maybe you're talking too fast.
I think he's on the growler.
Oh, well, that could be.
You lose control of your bowels.
Oh, no.
You've gone too far.
Are you all right, sir?
Well, speaking of losing your bowels, I have some women that will make really good money for that.
A remedy?
Wow. No, I don't think that's what he means. Well, that's exciting.
Well, if you're into that, I guess.
Well, that's... yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
Oh, somebody's quicker than Larry, I see over there.
I think you're right, Mr. Flint. Yes.
Oh, I never thought you could turn a buck from that.
I think he could do well from going to one of my clubs. Just be careful sticking to the seats.
That's good advice. Does he have to wear a mask? Do you require a face mask there,
well,
Mr.
the
Flint?
face like that, if he wants to get the ladies, he probably should.
He's putting one on now. Well, he's being very proactive. That's wonderful.
It's hard to put on a mask when you've got earphones.
Yes.
It's hard to determine what you can joke about.
Hang on a minute. I have to self-catheter myself.
You can't pay someone to do that for you?
Oh, who am I kidding? I can't feel anything down there anyway.
Well, all right. Oh, boy. Wow.
Careful, don't offend anyone.
Well, I think I have to go put... Oh, never mind.
Jeez.
That reminds me of a joke.
Oh.
Do you have enough toilet paper?
I don't need it.
That's good.
What does an 80-year-old lady taste like?
Oh, no.
As I prepare for the dump button, I don't know. I don't know, Mr. Flint. What?
Depends.
That actually was.
That actually
okay.
That was pretty good.
Oh, man.
All right.
I only think of that because I have to change mine now.
All right.
Oh, here comes that nurse again. I gotta go.
All right. Wow. That was the great Larry Flint. Wow.
Wow.
And you thought I did the voice.
I did. I thought it was Hopwood.
Oh, really? No, that was actually, wow, look at that. He can smoke a cigarette with his mask. That's wonderful.
That's nothing to joke about.
By the way, Tom Blanchard says, if wearing a mask means I'm a Democrat, I will never wear my mask again. Oh.
Good for you.
Yes. Oh, boy.
That's a stunning logic.
Well, he's not a Democrat, so, but he still wears a mask. He still wears a mask, I should say.
Well, good for him.
Yes.
Crossing the lines.
Absolutely. No, that's a very good thing. He's very responsible.
Very.
Now it's our chance. We need to embrace Gonzo with love and compassion.
Oh, I don't really care. It's okay. I don't really.
I don't think you did anything with malice at all.
I'm an artist, so I can say what I want.
He meant no harm.
I didn't even do anything wrong.
You did do something
I will
wrong,
always
but not without
stick up
malice.
for myself, and I always apologize because I do screw up a lot, and I will always come clean for that. But if you just apologize for everything, you're just a loser. You can't just pretend to be something else. Like, and people don't stand up for themselves anymore. That's another problem.
What?
Well, Gene Simmons did. They parked the limousine and ran over that homeless person.
Right,
and he was
true.
pretty unapologetic.
We have another call. This will probably be the last one of the show. We'll be able to get a lot of calls. Busy show. Hi, welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed. Who's this?
Hey, this is Robert Dion. How are you?
Good. Robert Dion, host of Through the Stage Door. How are you, my friend?
I have to tell you, I taped my show this afternoon. I almost stopped in after, but I'm kind of glad I didn't because it's a little heated in there today.
Little bit, yes. Well, you've never even been on my show. You should stop in sometime. I would love it.
Well, I have to, but I don't know. I'm a little scared now.
Well, yeah,
I figured we need a love song, so I was going to play a love song for you.
Oh, that would be lovely. Thank you. Yes, please.
Okay.
Okay, we're ready.
This is for Gonzo. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that is just too little of. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just the song, but for everyone. That was for Aunt Karen, who said we needed a love song.
Oh, yes, she did say that. Yes, that is lovely. Thank you.
Can I request the second finale from the Three Penny Opera? That's my song.
You have to write request has to be put in triplicate in writing.
Okay, I'll do that.
Yes, maybe for next time.
But no, on a serious note, guys, seriously, and I'm sorry, it killed me to hear Paul so upset because, Matt, you have said it many times before. And I'm not defending what Gonzo said, and we all say stupid things on our shows. But, we're all a big family there, and we have to remember that.
Right.
And we have to remember that. We piss each other off sometimes, and then we have to apologize and just move on.
Right. No, absolutely. And I always say, too, whatever ball breaking is done on the show is all done with love and affection, always.
That's all it is. It's ball breaking.
I'm sorry I talked about your wife in such a disrespectful manner on 2 shows, Gonzo.
Ooh, on 2 shows. Wow.
Yeah.
So I know you're wrapping up your show, so I guess we'll just wait until we do the sharing circle later tonight.
Oh, I can't wait. Yes. Thank you, Robert Dion. Wonderful to hear from you. Right, bye-bye. Oh, that was nice.
We actually did do a Randy show, so it
Oh,
must
did
have
you?
been,
The thing is that everyone should know that when I put the headphones down and me and John walk downstairs, we're going to be fine.
Oh, of course.
We're fine.
But we actually did have, we were supposed to talk about something. I had everything prepared. We didn't talk about anything. We just were making fun and silly stuff.
One thing I do want to just mention, and this is in your defense, not to excuse anything, because I do feel badly about hurting Paul, because I love Paul. We all love Paul.
Me too. I don't want to hurt anybody.
Of course, absolutely. I have heard that subject joked about before on the morning show.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So, yeah, I mean, not anything that far, but I can understand why in your mind
when the lines are blurred, it can get a little confusing.
Right.
But you can get away. And when we joke about 20 different off-colored topics, how am I supposed to know that one's going to hit home so hard? Now I know, and it's taken care of.
Right.
And I didn't know that was treated comically in the morning.
Well, it's been, I mean, not anywhere near to that, to the extent that it was today, but it has been brought up in a light manner and kidded about. So I can understand why in your mind you didn't necessarily think that was a no-go zone.
Right. And when I hear when I see them getting to someone, I kind of take the reins to keep going.
Yeah, you do. You are that guy.
Yeah.
That's a problem at times.
Needle.
But
somebody like me too. Hey, I've been suspended. Was it twice or once?
I only remember once. But obviously,
so we're equal on that.
But again, I mean, obviously, no malice intended, and we all love Paul. We all love Paul very much.
And are you coming next week so we can do the show we didn't do?
Am I back? You're
if they'll let me have you.
The thing is, my best friends are ruthless to me, and I love them. And we're just, anybody's inner circle. People are just the worst.
Like Heidi.
That's just it's just funny. I'm sorry, it's kind of funny. I don't know.
Yeah,
it really does come out of love. It sounds messed up, but it really does.
Oh, of course. No, it doesn't sound messed up at all. Like I said, I mean, we do a lot of that around here on both this show and on the morning show.
Oh, the lines are so blurred today. I'm so confused.
Yeah.
This reminds me of 1985.
Let's get this one last call in quickly, and then we got to go. Hi, welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed. Who's this?
Gonzo, your ruthless friends are not on a radio show talking smack about you when they're being ruthless. All right? Keep that in mind. All right?
But they would
and
be.
You can sit there all day, and you can make jokes about me all you want. That's fine. But when you start jabbing at personal things, that's a different story, all right?
But now I know, and I won't do it anymore.
There's a fine line.
Well, listen. While I have you on the phone,
humor
let me just say, Paulie, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, and it won't happen again. And I mean it.
Well,
I didn't know that.
Okay,
such a hot
I
topic.
believe you, but at the same time, you don't need to sit there and say, "Be careful not to offend anybody." All right? When you got to resort to that because you now think you have to sacrifice a sector of your humor, then you don't know what humor is. You haven't got a clue.
Oh.
Stick with the painting.
Okay. Thanks, Anthony.
Well, I hope. Did he hang up?
Anthony and Opie.
Anthony Richard.
You still there, Paul?
No, he's
hung up.
That's how you don't get a comeback set back at you. You hang up.
Well. No, but I understand where he's coming from.
I do, but I think you also understand he took it too far. I would say. I'm not to put words in your mouth. I hate to do that. As
Paul,
you being the radio host.
Okay, Guns. Paul, I sent you a link to Zardoz. Give it a watch.
Oh my God.
What?
It's a movie from 1974. Remember when he calls in and he asks me about movies?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I get it.
Well, that was fun, Matt.
All right.
It's a very bizarre
We
movie.
got to go. You're going to be on the, John, you're going to be on Nothing's Off the Table tonight?
Maybe.
I was thinking of having Gonzo take my place.
Oh, right.
You got the voice down yet? Or we'll go down and practice.
Perhaps.
Wow. All right. Don't forget, it's trivia night tonight at the Hop Knot. And that's it. We're completely out of time. I'm just going to fade our mics down and bring this up and talk at y'all tomorrow. Bye, everybody.